All right, folks, welcome back. Airbus for Boeing pilots here. Part number 2, we're going to go over the pre-flight on the aircraft right now and jump in. This is a pretty simple airplane at this point. The hardest part, I think, is already done. So next thing we're going to do is just come up to the flight control panel here and just verify all lights are extinguished. It's these 3 things. That's it. One aboard crew, nobody. All right, then we're going to drop down for the EMER electrical power panel, which is right here. You want to make sure this right here, right there. You want to make sure that all lights are extinguished, covers are closed. Done. GPWS panel is set. We're going to make sure all lights are extinguished. This is a really cool thing about the Airbus, folks, is that it's different from a Boeing because Airbus cares about their lights, right? And just like any, modern, aircraft or 777, whatever, it's lights out philosophy. Same thing with the bus. So to make sure the lights are off here in the GPS mode. The RCDR panel is set. You want to make sure that the RCDR ground control push button is on, which is going to be right here. Going to make sure that the ground control, see, that's booped, and now that says ground control on. Push buttons on. CVR test is accomplished. You just push that. You would hear something. You hear that? Boop. Okay, you're done. CVR test is accomplished. Oxygen panel is set. So I'm going to go ahead and set the oxygen panel, which you want to make sure that's here. Place the crew supply push button. Lights are out. So all the lights, see if I throw that, that'd be off. We want to throw that on. All your lights are out. That's good. Calls panel set. We're going to verify attendant and EMER push buttons are off and the lights are out. So again, down here, looking good. Wipers should be off. They are. External lights are set as follows. Strobe light is on auto. No smoking sign is on auto. Where are we? No smoking sign is nowhere to be found on this airplane. I think they took the no smoking sign off. Maybe, I don't know. No smoking signs right here. There we go. Auto and seatbelts. Let's throw those on for now. Okay, wing, beacon, strobe switch on auto. Beacon is off. We got that. Okay, another thing different on this airplane. Down is off, up is on. It's different from the 737. Down is on, up is off. Again, another weird thing. Just kind of one of those bus nuances for a Boeing pilot. Wing switch, want to make sure that thing is off. It is. We've got nav and logo lights. You can put it on 1 or 2. What's the difference? Don't know. I have no idea. It just says 2 or 1, doesn't matter. Okay? Whatever. Runway turn-off switches are off. And they would be somewhere over here. Runway turn-offs. It's on landing. It's right there. It's in off position. Land switch, retract. They're all down like that. Those switches are off right there. Good. Side panel is set. Seatbelt signs are on, which we did. No smoking is on auto. EMER lights switched armed. It's right here to the middle. That's off. That's on. Good. I mean, that's armed, and then up is armed. On. Good deal. Verify lights are extinguished. Good. The internal lighting panel is set. Dome switches as desired. So you could just kind of look, like just kind of bring it up like this. You can see the dome lights. That's dim and bright. I'm just going to turn them off. We don't need them. And then annunciator, you could go through test. And then all your lights are coming on just like that. So I'm going to check everything. And then we'll shut those puppies down. Okay. Into the bright mode. It would be dim mode at night. Okay. Your compass, make sure that's off. And your overhead lights as you desired on how you want that thing. Okay, cabin pressure is coming up, which is this guy. This is weird, isn't it? So all you do with this is verify your lights are extinguished. The guard is closed. That's it. Guard's closed. We are in auto. Right there, air conditioning panel. That's it. Mode selector, and that's the end of that. Make sure your landing elevation, which is this guy, is in auto. Cool. That's it. Okay, coming across, you got air conditioning panel, engine 1, engine 2 bleed, push buttons are on, lights are out. You want to make sure anti-ice is good right there, and they're just going to come up here. This is our next one we're talking about. Your air condition panel, engine 1, engine 2, push buttons are on, lights are out. Okay? And that's going to be your bleed panels right there and there. Your lights are off, good, there's no lights. Ram air push button off lights are guarded right there. Cross bleed selector, rotate to auto. It is. That's open, auto, shut, auto. Good. Pack 1 and Pack 2 bleeds are on and the lights are out. Now you're going to get fault lights, that's okay. 2 fault lights are fine, because there's no bleed air through the system. Hot bleed air, lights on. I mean, your push button on, lights are out. Got it. Cockpit cabin zone selector. I'm going to throw the cockpit a little bit on the cold side. This is Vegas after all. It's hot. Okay, we're keep going up. Cabin and cabin zone selectors, which we've done all that already. Good to go. Pack flow selector, normal flow. Okay, this is where it gets fun too. The cockpit and cabin zone selector. You could see this guy. If I could find it, you have pack flow selector, normal or low. Okay, so pack flow selector is, it depends on how many people you have on the aircraft, okay? Which is, it's again, just kind of weird thing, but that's how they do it here. So, it's an odd thing. If you have less than 100... I think it's, if you have less than 140 packs, which we do, your econ, it would be a pack flow selector normal. Okay? But just leave it there. It's all good. Lights are out. You're done. Okay, this is right here. Your pack flow selector. I'm going to do that again. Okay, your next up is your pack flow selector in the A320, which is this guy. You want to make sure it's normal or low if your passengers is less than 114. So I'm actually going to throw it on low flow. Matter of fact, I'm going to keep it normal. When we get the engine started, I'll throw it on low or we get climbing. Just because we are 83 passengers or something like that. Not very much. Okay, electric panel is on the aft overhead here, and we're going to go ahead and dive into that right now. Gen 1 and Gen 2 push buttons, they are on, and the fault lights are on, that's good. You've got your IDGs are capped, good to go. APU Gen push button lights on. It's on and the APU is off. It's good. Bus tie push button auto, lights are out, good. Galley push button auto, lights are out. Right here. Good. We've got AC essential feed push button normal. Alright. BAT 1 and 2, AC feeds right there, lights are out. BAT 1 and 2 is coming up next. Now, what's cool is you could do a pre-flight battery check. I'm not going to do that right now, but you could do that. I'll have to do that another, supplemental. Fuel panel is coming up right here. This is the easiest dang thing in the world. You're going to make sure that all pumps are off. Verify all tank pumps are off. They are. Everything's on. Straight across the board. Verify mode select and crossfeed push buttons. You don't need to worry about that right now. Mode select's right there. It's good to go. It's out. Hydraulic panel. We're going to set the hydraulic panel. Verify all electric extinguishing. All guards are covered and closed. That's all you got to do. Covered, good to go, all lights are out. Fire panel check, we're going to go ahead and do this. Now, there's got to be a better way to do all 3 of them. So, somebody got to tell me how to do all 3 of these dang lights. Good, I shouldn't have to do all 3 of these. And our engine fire. Alright, we just checked fire. 1, APU, and number 2. Done. Okay. ACP3, which is right there, this guy. Want to make sure that's good to go. Set the PA. You'll do that. Cockpit doors. Right down here. Flight controls, again, lights are out. ISO valves off. We're going to test the cargo. Good. Okay. Thank you. I could have probably canceled the alert on the MCP. All right, it's doing it again. Maybe it wants me to do it. Okay, thank you. Okay. I got the point. Unless there's really a fire in the back. Which I doubt. Okay, cargo heat panel, we're going to set that with aft ISO valve. You can see that. Aft ISO valve push button lights are out. Hot air push button lights are out. Got it? Good. An aft temp selector as desired. Okay, we checked the cargo, smoke already. That's good to go. Ventilation panel set, blower push button lights are out, which is this. Then we got extract, which is that. And then we got cabin fans, which is that. Wiper panel off. And then flight control FCU panel, heading versus track FPA, flight plan, and heading. We got to check all of this stuff right up here. So if we go to our EFB, we're going to click this. We're going to go ahead and click that. And we're going to pull up our departure out of here. Okay, I want to click daylight here. Daylight mode. Where are you? So we're going to go daylight mode. And then I want to do the reference docs. Got ground charts, departures. We are taking the Joker 3. I'm going to star that. And Joker 3 is right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off to the north. And I'm going to flip around. Bessie, and then Hurley. Looks like 5,000 is our altitude. We've got to stay about below 11,000. So I'm going to set this thing to 11,000 feet. Okay, that's kind of where we're going to start from. So I'll come back over here and I will set the altitude to 11,000. Okay, flight control panel, FCU panel. So we can come down here and just take a look at this really quick. You can go to your flight controls. Everything's looking like that. Standby instruments, going to set those. Make sure we're good. Gosh, I don't know why it's on meters. There's probably a way to set that. That's landing system. We don't want that on there right now. There's your bus. Pretty cool.